we should, and we are still not in that situation. We still must have joint diplomatic initiatives as first to bring the threats from the side of Russia on the table. And I do not only speak about the missile threat. I speak about undermining of international law. I speak about SNAP exercises, which are closing up whole sea territories in both regions, in the north and also in the south. So it is important, if we want to gain legitimacy for a better defense in European public, and we spoke about the elections in Germany, we have to much more louder identify and bring on the table what is going on in the region. That is very important. The first step should to use the grown leverage of new developed weapons in America to use as a bargaining tool in such negotiations. We, of course, have to formulate as NATO an answer against the threats of the intermediate range missiles. What I'm pledging for is a systematic diplomatic approach step by step in order to build up legitimacy and leverage on Russia to be here on the right side also when it comes to information war, and thus prevent Russia from malign influence in that questions on unity in Europe and NATO. What is the need for NATO to deploy in countries like Ukraine? What is the need to deploy weapons of a high symbolic and military importance nearer to Russian counter-strike forces, where Russia can better reach out to them than if they are deeply stationed in other territories of Europe? So what is the need? What is the need if Ukraine is not member of NATO? That is also a question. Will NATO defend and be engaged in ground forces deployment in Ukraine? No, not next time. Do not expect that. Will America be ready to do that? No. Why? It is not important to put in the Ukrainian steppe some weapon systems of intermediate range missiles. You need state use, you need programs, you need education of forces. And I think if America only after long negotiations delivered a Javelin to Ukraine with very limited operational freedom for Ukraine's commands, then please imagine what does that mean for intermediate range missiles of top quality. The Americans and the Europeans, and please take that into account when it comes to deployment in general of weapon system for Ukraine. No one trusts at the moment the SBU as maybe an open gate for intelligence problems. So what I want to tell you is not, that is normal. Yes, Ukraine is in a difficult process of reforms. I do not criticize that because we have here legacies from other governments before 2014, which still have not been answered. So please understand me correctly. I do not think that Ukraine is only bad in making reforms. Absolutely not. But if we speak about such sensible military issues, these issues are also count, and you have a link between domestic reforms and military security deployed from external partners.